mobility and movement program. For today's session, what will be really useful for you to have is a door frame, okay, or a pillar or a pole that you can hold on to and a step. We're going to work on squat mobility today. We're going to focus really on all areas around the squat in terms of ankle mobility. We're going to focus around the hips, posture, and we're going to work some flexibility work as well. All right. So, as I said, we're going to work through those. So we've got 7 different exercises that we're going to focus on today. One of which is going to be done on each side, okay? 45 seconds through, we're going to go through the sequence 3 times today, okay? Just going to change my camera angle slightly so we can make sure we've got the floor in shot as well there. Okay, so 45 seconds on each. We're going to start with the overhead squat, all right? Now, with the overhead squat, what I want you to do is just make sure that you've got something to hold on to above your head. Now, this could be a broom handle, could even be a resistance band. Just something to give you a focus on. Now, if you're not sure about the setup for the overhead squat, just pop your broom handle inside of your foot there, okay? And it should come up directly with your armpit. Now, if your foot is way too wide, okay, then it won't. So, foot directly there on the inside of the pole, just on the inside of the instep, comes up into the armpit, and exactly the same on the other side. Then you know you're roughly in the right position for the overhead squat. If you're not sure in terms of position for the pole above your head, okay, sit the pole on top of your head, elbows at 90 degrees, okay, and then from that position there, we just extend the arms up there. So again, if the arms were too wide, then the elbows wouldn't be at the right angle. Okay, so elbows at 90 degrees there. That's our next one. So we're going to get cracking with our 45 seconds, and then we're going to roll right through, okay, into our remaining exercises. Okay, let's get going. So overhead squats, focus on the quality, okay, so hips go back, chest stays up. Okay, we're just pushing those hips back, squeezing those glutes at the top, and we're in there, okay? Just check the position of the arms, okay? Making sure that your upper arms are in line with your ears. Just take your time and work on getting nice and low. There's absolutely no rush with this exercise. Good, nice and steady. We've got about 12 seconds to go, okay? And then we're going to go into our next stretch or exercise, which is a half kneeling position, doing some outside the hand mountain climbers, okay? We're going to do 45 seconds on each side. Okay, so pop yourself in the press up position. Okay, take your left foot outside your left hand, and then from that position there, what I want you to do is just have the right knee on the floor, okay? And we're just going to stretch there. Now, if you want to, you can just gently push that left elbow into the inside of the left knee, okay, and that will just help with the stretch. Okay, so just gently pushing the knee out, just opening up the adductors, okay, right up into where they start around the pelvis. Some of them. Okay, we've got 5 seconds, then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, okay? All right, so now the right foot is outside the right hand, the left knee is on the floor. Okay, and then from that position there, I'm just going to gently push the right elbow, the right knee. Good, and again, just hold that position. If you want to, you can just gently push that elbow into the right knee just to open up the hip. Just hold that position. 5 seconds, then we're going to use our step. Alright, so up on your feet. So using your step, if you've used something for balance, that's fine. We're just going to do a calf stretch here. So just let your heels come off the edge of the step, okay? And I'm using this door frame, or, imagine that's a door frame there for balance. I'm just holding that stretch there. We're just going to just gently shift the weight from one calf to the other, just shifting sides. Okay, I'm just hitting the inside and the outside of the calves. And now I just want you to gently raise up onto the toes, so we're doing some calf raises. For the last few seconds, up and down, heels just drop below the step, and back up. Okay, great. Now we're going to go into a walk down squat. So what you're going to do in that squat position, feet just outside hip width, we're going to walk ourselves down the door frame, get as low as we can, and then we're going to walk ourselves back up. Again, it's nice and steady, and we're just working through that range of movement. Good, nice and steady. Here we go. When we've done these walk downs and walk ups on the squats, which is what we call them, we're going to be lying on our back doing some knee rocks. Okay, when we do that one, we need to have our knees and feet together. Okay? So we'll be lying on our back, knees and feet together. Okay, there we go. So, onto your back. What I want you to do here is just have your knees and feet together, rock your knees to one side, and then over to the other. Okay, keep them glued together. Again, there's no rush with any of this. We're just working through the range of movement, getting some mobility through the spine, through the hips, a little bit of flexibility as well through the muscles of your lumbar spine and up towards the thoracic area as well. So we've got these knee rocks happening on the floor. When we go to our next exercise, we're going to be doing what we call walking hamstring swoops. Okay, so we're going to be stood up. Okay, so pop yourself up. So you're going to start off with your feet together. Step forwards with the left foot, sweep both hands past and through the left foot. Step forwards with the right foot, sweep both hands past the right foot. So we're swooping through into there. Okay, keep going until you run out of room. The back knee is bent and the front leg is straight. Okay? When we hear the next beat, we're going to be in the squat position. Okay, so nice and low into that deep squat position, elbows inside the knees, and now we're just going to rock side to side. Okay, so with the elbows inside the knees, trying to keep the heels on the floor. Okay, we're just rocking side to side in there. Alright, so when we've got another 15 seconds to go on this round, and then we're going to go back into our overhead squat again, so we're back onto that first exercise. Two, one, okay, well done. Right, so if you want to use your broom handle again, yep, you know your setup position for your feet and your hands, and then away we go into that deep squat. Remember, this exercise is just about getting the fullest range of movement you can, okay, with the upper arms staying in line with the ears, okay, and keeping those arms back, keeping that chest up, so it really isn't about speed. So go side on, see those hips go back, the majority of the weight stays towards the outside of the feet, so we're not allowing the knees to roll in. Chin parallels the ground. Okay, good job. So now we're going to go into our half kneeling position. So right knee on the floor at the back, left foot outside the left hand. Okay, and then from that position there, we're just going to pop the left elbow inside the left knee. Okay, and we're just going to rock gently in there. Maybe even just pushing the elbow into the knee slightly again, like we did in the last round, just to open up that hip. When we hear the next beat, then we're going to switch over, so which is 3 seconds time. Okay, so now we'll just pop the left knee on the floor at the back, right foot outside the right hand, and then we're just going to gently push that right knee out with the elbow. Remember that we want the majority of the sole of the foot here on that right foot on the floor, okay? Good. And we can just gently lean into that, just open up that hip a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to oscillate forwards and backwards. Keeping that elbow pushing into the knee. Okay, well done, that's those done. So now we're going to go back to the calf stretch again. So remember, on the edge of your step, toes on the step, we're just going to drop those heels off the edge, okay? Now from there, again, we just shift the weight from left to right gently, so we get that stretch. Now you may find that you're actually a little bit more mobile already, okay, a little bit more, and the flexibility within your calf muscles is better, your mobility within the ankles has improved, okay? So again, now you can just try and go a little bit lower, okay, shifting that weight. All right, now I just want you to go into a few calf raises, so we're going to push up on those toes, try pushing up on the big toes and down on the little ones. Up on the big toes, down on the little ones. Okay, now we're going to go into the squats with the walking down the door frame. Start tall with the hands at shoulder height, drop into your squat, but use the pillar to lean back against, so you can keep that upright posture in the upper body. That's what we're trying to develop here, okay? So a little bit of a feeling for keeping that chest up, the lower we get in that squat position. All the normal basics are included, so knees and toes in line, okay, chin parallel to the ground, driving those hips back first. Okay, that's those done. So now we're going to go into our knee rocks where we're lying on our back. You remember those from the last time? So feet and knees together, okay? From that position, just drop the knees to one side and then over to the other. Good, lovely little stretch this one. Lots of our members really enjoy this one. Knee rock side to side. When we hear the next beat, we're up on our feet doing the walking hamstring swoops. Okay, there it is. Right, up on your feet. So, walking hamstring swoops, we're going to swoop through. Good, and then when you run out of room, you can just turn around and go back the other way. So remember, the front leg stays straight, the back knee is slightly bent. We're just going to swoop your fingertips through, trying to maintain a nice normal posture in the lower back. Swooping through. 5 seconds, and then we're going to be doing a squat rock again, so that's at the bottom of the squat. Okay, there it is. All right, so into that deepest part of the squat you can get to, okay, wherever that may be. Elbows inside the knees, and then from that position there, keeping the heels on the ground, drive the elbows inside the knees. You're almost making like a prayer position with your hands in the middle. Okay, pushing those palms together and rocking side to side. Just trying to open up those hips as we rock from one side to the other. Just enjoy being at the bottom of the range of movement you've got. Okay, opening up the hips in that position. So we've got 10 seconds to go, and then we're going to go into our last round on these exercises. Okay, so grab your broom handle or your band, whichever you're using to help with your overhead squat. Okay, make sure you've got the position right. Yeah, feet just outside hip width, and then away we go. Take your time, no rush. Breathe out on the way up. Five seconds. Okay. Into our half kneeling position again. So right knee on the floor, left outside the left hand, elbow inside the knee. And if you want to increase the stretch now, don't feel like you have to, you can just take that back knee just a little bit further away from you, and you'll feel more of a stretch here in that front, under that front hip into the sort of glute hamstring area, okay? So that's by taking the back knee back a bit further, okay? But don't force it, just feel the stretch. Okay, you can place the left hand on the left foot and push the left elbow into the knee. 3 seconds. Okay, and relax, we'll change sides. So now the right foot is outside the right hand. Again, if you want more of a stretch, you just take that left knee back, it's on the floor now. Yeah, we're just going to pop the right hand on the right foot and push that elbow inside the knee, just to open up the hips. Okay, 15 seconds to go. When we've done this and we're doing our calf stretches and raises again. Okay, so that's that one done. So using your step, just going to take those heels down over the edge of the step, and then we're going to rock gently side to side just to hit the inside and the outside of both calves. Okay, so we're shifting the weight from the little toes to the big toes. Okay, and then we're just going to drop now into some calf raises for the last 15 seconds. So, like we did last time, come up on the big toes. Yeah, and then go down around on the little toes. Okay, great job. So now we're going to go into our walk down squat. So use your door frame or your pillar. Start with your hands at shoulder height. Walk your way down into the squat. And then walk your way back up. Squeeze those glutes a little bit now at the top of each squat. Okay, so when we come tall, squeeze those glutes. Walk down as far as we can, keeping that chest up. Maintain that nice normal curve in our lower back so we don't round into that bottom of the squat. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Just make sure we get those right muscles activated. We don't just want to stretch, we want to make sure that the muscles that should be doing the work are switching on. Okay? Activation. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Okay, great job. Now we're going to lie on the back and we're going to do some knee rocks. Okay? So I'm just going to mobilise through. Good, we're just rocking side to side. When this one's done, we're going to be up on our feet. Okay, so up on your feet. We're going walking hamstring stroke swoops, okay? Start with your feet together, step forward, swoop through. Okay, just take your time, work on that mobility. Run out of room, just turn around, go back the other way. Standing up each time in between each rep. Knees stay close together throughout the whole of this. Okay, there we go. Into that deep squat position now for our squat rock, so as low as you can. Again, palms together, elbows inside the knees, and we're rocking from one side to the other, but we're keeping those heels on the floor. If you find it's impossible to keep your heels on the floor, first of all, shift your weight back slightly, and if that still doesn't work, if we've got like an issue there with the sort of ankle range of movement, then just pop your heels. You can pop your heels on like a couple of books that are the same height, and obviously have your toes on the floor. So we've got like a slight heel raise, and that can work quite nicely for the future. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Good stuff. Okay, give the legs a shake, have a little wander, maybe just do a few twists just to loosen off through there. If you finished that session and you enjoyed it, let us know how you found it. Pop a little comment below, and we'll be in touch real soon for your next session. Take care.